Aloha. I wanted to do a real quick video and revisit just like a part two to mud floods, the mud flood video that I did. Um, my that one video was more of a representation of how mud flood fits in my scope of my approach to really what's going on in reference to information and truth and so on and so forth. I admit it was a bit dismissive to the overall mud flood storyline. I do apologize to anybody in like the comment section where I was like automatically dismissive, given now the information that having revisited mud floods that I do feel is of a very important nature and very connected to the overall storyline of these truths, like these various truths that are not so much as like I might have implied in the other video, truths that are based upon not too much of any kind of importance. This one is very rooted in a deeper layer of reality of importance that I didn't pay enough attention to or pay enough or honor in the first video because of the lack of research on my part and going into it. It would have been more polished and so on and so forth. But that still needed to be said. Every single thing in that video I wouldn't take back. Every single thing in there needed to be said. And I will do another follow-up to mud floods after this if I see fit. Right now, I just want to put out there in a real quick video that this video alone, Tartarian Empire covered up by people and mud. This video alone, I can't remember what channel this is on. Richard Lopez. This is what this video is on. This video alone is enough to research and check out mud floods and go through see how like this fits in the overall storyline of covering up civilizations, covering up storylines, maintaining a synthetic version of history. In particular, I'm stopping the video right now. I haven't even finished it just to make this video. Stopping the video to at the part where they're going into China and talking about the Great Wall of China. That alone, at this part right now, is enough to check out and go deeper into mud floods and so on and so forth. But like I said in the previous video, keep in mind, like, use this information as, like, activate it as a sense of, like, depth. Like, put some substance to it rather than just, like, here's another truth or here's another information. Really start to trace a lot of these things to the origins and piece a lot of the overall storylines together. Because if we keep telling these linear storylines, it's not going to really mean anything, and eventually, like I've been saying in previous videos, the so-called powers that be are just going to co-opt the information in the storyline at like the sweet spot and then utilize it for their own benefit. And if we don't empower ourselves amongst the people before that happens, then it's going to be a whole bunch of, I mean, not like it's going to be what it is, whatever it is, but there is something to say for researching this and being aware of this information and not becoming susceptible to a lot of the bullshit that gets put out there. There's something meaningful in that. This mud floods, the Tartarian Empire connecting the flat earth to center, because one of the reasons why I'm also revisiting this too is because one of my first flat earth videos was going over the map of the North Pole, talking about like what would be the outskirts of kind of like the Tartarian Empire and that whole questioning of what happened if there were people coming from different parts of the world. Like what this is very tied up. This whole mud flood story is very much tied up into the human story, flat earth, and so on and so forth. That's what I'm getting at. I'll revisit it later on. After I do more research. Right now I'm just kind of just like seeing things as you know, the interest hits me. But this one I wanted to put out there for people who are doing research. I was a bit dismissive based upon the information and my scope. But now that I've gone deeper into the information and seen this is very much relevant and beneficial to tying into the overall storyline. So check it out. I highly recommend it. Thank you again for all the support. Yeah, and until next time, from all my relations, peace, love, and harmony.